Hello again, this is Doug, the 2-Minute Gardener, and it's time for another Landscape Makeover. This one is Front Yard Paver Patio. You know, front yards don't have to just be boring old lawns. They can be kind of cool little meeting spaces unto themselves. So, this client had a front yard that was very drought tolerant, but pretty boring. Just lots of rock and cactus. They wanted to have a nice little patio there where they could just let their dogs run loose and it'd be safe and enclosed. The house provided a lot of shade in the afternoons, and so it was a really pleasant little area. And they also wanted to make the front a little bit more welcoming, that little walkway. So again, as usual, I did a lovely design for those folks, and then when it came time to do it, they brought in the contractor, ripped it all out, reused. Some of that rock got reused in the backyard, and some of it was reused by the neighbors. Some of the neighbors claimed some of that rock, so none of the rock actually went to the dump. It was recycled. So once it's all demoed out, then it was also time to do some fixes of the grading and add some drains and other utility lines to put in a new drip irrigation system. And then it was time for the pavers, and as always, bring out the big red hose, lay out the new patio. This client picked these beautiful pavers from Belgard. I think the color is just fabulous. I love Belgard products. This one's called Bella. It's a really beautiful color. The paver is the Catalina Grana series, which has this wonderful color variation. So as you've seen in many of my other videos with pavers, you put down the base material, and then you put down the leveling sand, and then you put down the pavers. And with something like this where we had some curves, there's lots of little cuts that have to be made. Now the other issues that the front yard had, in addition to creating this wonderful patio and beautiful front walkway with these wonderful Belgard pavers, they also wanted to address these ugly pillars. Now these posts had these weird little concrete footings that were just a trip hazard above there. So I thought, well, let's beef it up and let's add these pillow wraps, as you've seen in other videos. I love doing these pillow wraps whenever we have posts, and because they create these wonderful little stands to put drinks on, and they're little horizontal flat spaces. Another thing that I felt the front yard could use is some kind of, dry stream bed. So we used the existing drainage system and we put in a drain chain, and then we did a really cool little dry stream bed that started at the patio, went all the way down to the street, because that was the natural slope of this front yard down towards the street. And we picked out some fun boulders. Some of these boulders were actually there already, and we just kind of moved them around to utilize them into this. While the guys were doing, one guy was doing the dry stream bed, the rest of them were finishing up the pavers. And again, just like you've seen in other ones, they lay in the polymetric sand to give the pavers a nice locked up finish. So let's look at the before. Again, boring front yard, and now a lot more curb appeal. We changed out a lot of plants to these beautiful colorful little succulents that'll stay nice and low. Here's the dry stream bed. It really has an interesting color and texture giving all the way through it. So the front from the street side has lots of focal point. Here it is from the back side. Again, boring rock in the before, and now it is a wonderful patio. It's enclosed for their little dog. It has a little water fountain, and again, the Belgard pavers really pop. Now the day I shot this, it was actually drizzling, so the color really showed up in the pavers. Really wonderful color. Lots more interest looking at that than the boring old concrete. Here's that water feature. Very noisy water feature because it has that nice little reservoir, and then it falls to a second reservoir, and so that's kind of a nice little prefab water fountain they ordered online. And then we used some rock mulch to kind of complement the dry stream bed. Here's their little beautiful, cute, sweet dog. Oh, Angel's such a sweetheart. And now she's enclosed. They can let her wander around the front yard there. Put some nice lighting in. Now, another thing we also put in with this particular yard that was kind of really helpful because they had the little angel is we also did a little bit of artificial turf. So if the doggy needs to go potty, she has her own little spot right back in the corner there, and they've since trained their little dog to use that whenever she needs to go potty when they're relaxing in the front yard. And finally, that was the finishing touches on those pillars. Remember, those were the annoying little posts before, and now there's these wonderful counters to put extra things on. Well, that's all the time we have for today. Hey, thanks so much for watching. Make sure to hit that like button if you enjoyed this video and subscribe to get more of my garden videos. Until next time, this is Doug the 2-Minute Gardener saying thanks for watching.